Hey guys, I got my nails done today for the first time in a long time, and my birds are chirping. I moved them into my workroom, so they may be chirping throughout the video, but usually this time of night they're pretty quiet. So, to show off my nails, I decided I would do a tapping video and then with maybe a little bit of scratching. But also I wanted to show some of you guys my favorite things. So I ran around the house really quickly and grabbed some things that represent some of my interests and my hobbies or collections. So I'm just going to go through these in no particular order and tap on them. So this is the box set for one of my favorite animes. It's called Shiki, and it is, without giving too much away, it's about vampires that come into a rural Japanese village and try to make it kind of like a nest for their kind. So it's really good, it's really pretty. I'm sure some of you have seen my cosplay from this series by now. This is the character that I cosplay. Her name is Megami, and I just love her a lot. A lot of people don't like her at all, but she's really special to me. This is any better. It's about the same. I thought that maybe since it was hollow, it might make a different sound. But I think it's the same sound. like I said, they have an Etsy shop, so if you are interested in getting some nerdy perfumes or something like that, that's a really good place to start. They've got a supernatural themed, Harry Potter themed, a lot of books. I have another one that is from The Princess Bride. It's called The Cliffs of Insanity, and it smells really nostalgic to me. I have no idea what it is, but it smells like, I think, someone's house when I was growing up. So this is one of my perfumes, one of my newer ones. This is probably one of my favorites right now. This is Versace Black Crystal, or Crystal Noir, that's what it is. I gotta be French. But this is my wedding perfume. So this is what I'm gonna wear for October 8th, 2016. I've only worn it a couple times because I want to save most of it, but there was a little gift pack that there were 5 different scents, different Versace scents, and so I got that and gave all of my bridesmaids one. They were all different, so I kind of matched the scents to what I imagined them wearing. This is a perfume that I've had for a really long time. It is a different, like an offshoot scent of a perfume called Haiku. This is Haiku Kyoto Flower. It's a little bit more floral, obviously, than the normal Haiku. And the bottle's a little bit prettier, I think. is of Dan Issel, who was he was a player in the UK in the 70s, and he set a lot of records while he was here. Really fantastic player. I know that he had the most points per game score until Jody Meeks in 2008. But he set his record before the three-point shot was invented. So it's a little bit more impressive, I think, because he scored using only twos and ones, foul shots. And Jody Meeks had a lot of threes in his Tennessee game where he broke that record. But Kentucky basketball is something that's really important to me, so I had to include it. And in a similar vein, I also love Green Bay Packers football. I'm not sure why I started watching professional football, because I know I started watching basketball because my dad watched it, but no one, like, I just kind of latched onto this by myself. But I love it, and I really cannot wait until this season, because Jordy Nelson was out for an injury last year, and we really missed him. So he's back and healthy, and I'm just really looking forward to the season. If you're a Packers fan, you're called a cheesehead. I bought these from a neighbor who was selling a bunch of Packers memorabilia. He had cans and these beer bottles, and then a few wine bottles with Green Bay like greats throughout history. So maybe I'll show those in a later video. Okay, the last like clicky one is this very tiny elephant. This was something that I remember looking at a long time ago in my grandmother's china cabinet. It is made of real ivory, and it's very, very old. And yes, I don't support the harvesting of elephant tusks, but this was made a long, long time ago, and it has a lot of nostalgia for me, so I wanted to keep it. It's very pretty. It's got a lot of detail. I don't know if it'll focus, but like they put like the little ridges in his trunk and his legs, and the tusks are really sharp. Actually, they're like splinters. But this is something that's really important to me. And my grandma died. I guess it's been about 2 years now, and I'm really glad I got this from her house. Okay, so slightly moving on. I got a couple of video games that I love. The first one is Chrono Trigger. It is absolutely wonderful. I highly suggest it to anyone who likes RPGs and turn-based. It's actually timed turn-based, where it is turn-based, but you only have, like, it's not paused while you're making your decision. So if you like, maybe like Final Fantasy X, which is another one I awesome. I tell this story